The open and closed mind, centered on the problem of an individual's capacity to absorb fresh information. Humanity, it seems, varies considerably in this respect. And God, that is true. So this guy, his name is Rokeach, something like this, and he did the study. He started breaking down the open and the closed mind. Some people have open minds, some people have closed minds. And I actually think that this is even kind of trumps the F. What was it? The F
scale.
The F scale. I think this trumps the F scale. How much can someone's mind open? How much can it close? And I've been talking a lot about this from a leadership perspective because it is, to me, what we have to fight all the time. Our minds are constantly trying to close and be defensive and take care of themselves and not allow any other ideas in. And what we have to do as people and as leaders is constantly pull your mind open, constantly accept other people's ideas. Doesn't mean you have to think that they're right, but you have to listen to them and assess them in an honest way. And what we have been doing a lot of as a society is just closing our minds to everyone else's ideas, and we don't want to hear what their perspective is because we think we're right. And if you do that as a leader, you come to me with a viewpoint on my plan and I don't open my mind to your viewpoint, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Goes on here, humanity, it seems, varies considerably in this respect. At the one extreme are open minds, ready and willing to entertain new facts, even if they are incompatible with their previously held attitudes and beliefs. That's what we want. You got to open your mind and be like, hey, you know what? I wouldn't really expect to see those numbers or get that feedback, but there it is. Yeah. And I need to put that in my calculus. At the other end of the scale are closed minds, which, as their name suggests, resolutely resist taking in anything that conflicts with their preconceptions and treasured beliefs. Not very surprisingly, the possession of a closed mind turned out to be yet another aspect of the authoritarian personality.
Is that... Okay, so you can always make it like an analogy to weightlifting for some reason.
Maybe you can, but I'm open to it. Let's hear what you got, homie.
But like, I wonder if that's like a lazy, how like by nature, like the human body and brain is kind of late, for lack of a better term, it's lazy. Yep. It's conserving like energy all the time, like, so even like lifting weights, when you lift weights, your body's response to lifting weights is just a laziness mechanism. It's so that your body's basically saying, oh shoot, that was kind of hard. What do we got to do at home in the body to make it a little bit easier next time? And then it adapts and gets bigger and stronger, whatever. So it's kind of like a weird, like I said, laziness, lack of a better term, mechanism. So like when you have a closed mind, it's kind of like, hey, I already learned that. Like, don't give me some more stuff I got to learn, 100%. Kind of thing. So then it's easier, like, because it's all mental, it's not physical. So you just kind of resist against it,
And you can see where this ties into everything that I have talked about from a leadership perspective for my entire life, which is humility. Because if you're humble, your mind is open. If you're arrogant, your mind is closed. You think you know everything. You don't need to hear anything else. You're not going to make any adaptations.
Yeah, when you see that little system, it kind of makes sense.
It makes so much sense.
Right, especially go back to the weightlifting. Like, you give your body some
definitely go back
workout,
to the weightlifting here.
Bro, the next day, bro, you get that DOMS, bro, you don't like that stuff. Like, I remember when I was little, I'd do some push-ups, right, thinking I'm all cool or whatever, do some push-ups. The next day, I'm like, so I didn't know about DOMS that much. And, bro, that's a terrible feeling. So it's like, bro, I'm not doing that anymore. Or at the very least, in the inside of my body's like, hey, we got to do something easier or make it so it's easier next time that happens. So from a mental standpoint, it makes sense where, bro, that, what do you call it? The fucking, you talked about it last, the cognitive dissonance or whatever. Yeah. That is DOMS for your mind, essentially. Or maybe the precursor to DOMS. I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm just saying it makes sense because that hurts. You know, when you get that new stuff. Bro, I don't want that new stuff. I'm good with this old stuff.
Closed mind.